Welcome back. So smartwatches have not exactly been this must-have product for everyone. At least that's not the one that's hit the market so far.
Yeah, that's the kind way of putting it. John Ford's our resident tech expert. First of all, what time is it? Second, you've seen evidence of this lack of demand on eBay, haven't you?
Well, I'll be using my phone to tell you it's 327. I'm not wearing a smartwatch. I mean, you check out eBay. It's a decent gauge for demand in certain products, and there's certainly quite a few smartwatches there available. Most of them for between around 100, 150 bucks and 250 bucks. Though very few people seem to be paying full price for these things, including the latest Samsung Galaxy Gear watches. That's just because there has been no breakout hit. Of course, Google has the Android Wear software that has come out now. We expect to see the first offerings from Motorola, the Moto 360, and LG, the G Watch out later this year. Maybe those will do a little bit better, but of course, everybody looking for Apple to come out with something. Tim Cook has hinted that whatever successful product might be in an area like this would combine specialized functions of products like the Fitbit and Nike's Fuel Band into a general computing platform that we don't quite have yet, at least not in the form that most people seem willing to wear, guys.
John Fort, thank you, sir. So could Apple dominate the wearable tech market if and when it finally enters? Let's get a view here from Amish Shah now. He's founding partner of Sierra Maya Ventures. Amish, welcome.
Welcome back.
You just heard from John there, and people have been talking for years about Apple potentially coming out with an iWatch. What's your view on the matter?
Yeah, here's my view, and you can see it in my hand right here. I own all these devices. It's a connected world we live in right now. The market this year from the CES show and beyond, for 2014, there's been over 100 wearable technology companies that performed. The market in the next 5 years is really going to be at around $20 billion, and Apple's going to take away market share. Let me show you why. I don't have a smartwatch yet. I'm waiting for Apple to come out. I got my Nike Fuel Band. I got my iPhone. I got my BlackBerry because I get 300 emails a day. Get rid of all these. Get rid of this huge Breitling watch I have, and I'm going to have a nice, sexy, fashionable, innovative design watch, which I could have used on the way here because I'm getting notifications left and right.
I mean, are you saying you know that's coming, or you're hoping that's what's coming from Apple?
Well,
I mean, I've been hearing about this smartwatch forever now.
Sure, it's not that we know. No one knows for sure, but they've already done all that. They poached executives from Burberry, Yves Saint Laurent, Nike. Well, there's already been some photos, some pictures, so no one knows for sure. No one knows when they're going to come out. I predict they're going to come out by the end of the year.
The moment they come out with it, you're going to buy one, and then you're going to get rid of all those other devices in your Breitling watch.
Absolutely. Let me show them to you again. Throw away these, throw away that. Next time I'm in my boardroom in a meeting and my wife calls me, I could just click it right here. Well, you know what? There's plenty of others out there in the market already that I've tested. I've tested the Pebble Watch.
You're just going on blind faith that they're going to make a product that you want.
John, where is it written that the next wave of technology has to be wearable? I mean, this kind of thing happens organically. It's not something that they can dictate to us, especially when you're talking about the millennial generation, which, face it, can dictate a lot of this here. They're going to tell the technology industry what they like, not the other way around, right?
Well, I might take a different direction from that. I think often it is dictated to us. I mean, though it seems obvious now that touchscreens are the future, and because certainly they're the present now, touchscreens were going nowhere before Apple came out with the iPhone, really commercialized the technology, focused on the right things. Look, the wrist, though it's one of the few places on the body where it's acceptable to wear a device, it's a really, really difficult interface problem. The screen that you can fit here is really small, and then how do you surf on something that size? Talking to your wrist sounds good in theory, but in practice, not very cool. So I think we're going to see Apple come out with an app called HealthBook for iOS 8 at WWDC, the Worldwide Developer Conference, which we now know is going to be on June 2nd. When we see that, we'll start to get some more hints for what they might build into a watch-type product, perhaps as soon as the end of the year. But hey, everybody's guessing about what might come out and whether we're going to want it.
Yeah, and to jump on what John said, John, you bring up a great point. It's really huge in health and fitness, right? The technologies that are going to come out for startups, we're telling our entrepreneurs here in Charlotte at the Accelerator RevTech Labs, hey, you got to have a strategy with wearables. You got to figure out how is your company going to go on to the next level where in all these startups and all these user cases, from health monitoring with your heart from blood pressure. There's all these sensors and all this cool stuff that's going to change technology.
But telling me I'm going to have to read my email on my watch, or, you know, God forbid,
you're not going to read your email.
Do social media. Well, you're just saying, I mean, you're going to lose all those other devices.
No, well, you know what? Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that texts and drives. So I think the watch is not only going to save my life, but save others. So unfortunately, I think all of us check our email. We're in a boardroom. We get a phone call. Now I could just look at my watch and know how important it is, and I don't have to reach over to my phone to check who's calling me or who's emailing me.
Let me know where you're driving next time. We'll try and avoid that area there. I mean, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Meanwhile, John Ford, if you don't mind, we hear you might have some breaking news. Can you share that with us?